Did you know that actually the Bible shows you can have penances for the dead? On behalf of the dead, you can have penances offered up. In 1 Corinthians 15:29, Paul says, if the dead aren't raised, why are people baptized on their behalf? Protestants who deny communion of the saints have trouble understanding this verse. But Catholics who accept communion of the saints actually has a great way to understand this. I'm going to show this. Okay, what is baptism here? Well, in Luke 12:50, Jesus says, I have a baptism to undergo, and how I am constrained until it is accomplished. This baptism is referring to his passion, his suffering, his affliction. Moreover, in Mark 10:38 through 39, we see Jesus talking about that similar kind of passion suffering, that he has this baptism that he's going to have to go through, and the disciples will also go through it. Now, what's key here is before Mark 10, Jesus was already baptized with physical water. And obviously, Jesus had the Holy Spirit already. So it's not just some kind of separate water baptism or separate baptism of the Holy Spirit. No, this baptism is the baptism of his passion. Now that's key. So then we go back to 1 Corinthians 15:29, when it talks about baptism on behalf of the dead. The Corinthians and Paul, they were offering up penances or their afflictions or their sufferings on behalf of the dead, as if to say it's effective for the dead. This is well connected with the actual context. 1 Corinthians 15:30 through 31, immediately 2 verses after 1 Corinthians 15:29. 1 Corinthians 15:30 through 31 says that Paul is in peril every hour and dies every day, offering it up. And so that indicates that Paul here has his mind of thinking of baptism as penances on behalf of the dead. So in the Jewish culture and also in the revealed book in the Deuterocanonical 2 Maccabees 12:44, we see it is written concerning Judas who was praying for the dead men. If Judas had not believed that the dead would be raised, it would be superfluous and foolish of him to pray for the dead. Similarly, we would say that it would be superfluous and foolish to offer up penances for the dead had the dead are not going to be raised. But 1 Corinthians 15:29 shows that you can offer up penances for the dead. Protestants, how do you understand 1 Corinthians 15:29 if not in this way?